Hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bella Crafts Live. My name is Lisa Rojas, and this
This.
is my business partner and friend, Ann Butler. And we own Bella Crafts Publishing. So we are excited to be with you guys today. I'm going to be showing you a super fun Slimline shaker card that's kind of in between a regular slimline and a mini slimline. So,
So
you
with
know,
a twist.
with the twist. There you go. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be working on today. And our sponsor is Lawn Fawn, which we love them. They
We
are so
do.
awesome. So thanks to them for always sponsoring us. And we love Lawn Fawn. I mean, come on. And who doesn't, right?
Right. They have great stuff.
Okay, so do you want to tell them about anything or
Well, for those of you that might not know, we do a free magazine 4 times a year. Currently, I'm working on the spring issue, which will be out by the end of the month. And you can still get the winter issue if you sign up. You can go to Facebook and just click learn more, and you can sign up that way, or you can go to our website. I'll put some links in while Lisa's doing her live, her project.
yeah.
And I was going to say presentation, but her project. um, I'll put links in so that you guys that might not have signed up yet can do that. And we only send out stuff to you. We don't sell your email addresses or anything. We hate spam. We love to craft. So we just send out
That's
crafty
it.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
we send out on average 1 email a week.
Yep.
Sometimes 2 if we have a new ebook that has come out or we
Right.
have new products to share, if there's a reason, or if the new issue of the magazine has come out, then you'll get it. But we don't fill your inbox with unwanted stuff. It's all crafty stuff that you guys want. So
Yeah.
make
I
sure you
get
sign up.
yeah, I get so irritated with that. It just makes me absolutely crazy with all of I just
I just I have all my emails attached to my phone,
yeah,
and because I have like 6 emails,
yes.
and I just delete, 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 delete. So they never come on my computer at all. I mean, because people will say, "How much do you have in your inbox?" And they'll say, "Oh, I don't know, 1,800." No, no, my inbox is clean.
My work inbox says it's my family one or the other one that's such a mess. I don't even go on it anymore. I get so tired of ah. So anyways, so we don't do any of that. We send you happy news on
Fun
fun
stuff,
crafty
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. And and that's about it. We also mentioned our magazine. Yeah, I'm not getting
I know, that's why I put something in there. It's like I
okay.
can see people are here. I just,
Yep.
just say hi so we know who's here.
Yeah. So Anne
Hi,
mentioned
Rebecca.
the hi Becca. Anne mentioned the free magazine that we do, and then we also have ebooks that we have for sale. So Anne will put the link in for that if you guys are interested. We've got some great ebooks on all different types of crafting.
Yeah.
um Most of it is paper crafting, but we've got rope
Mm,
books and I just went completely blank. Like
we have mixed media.
mixed media. There we go.
We
Thank
have
you.
a couple Christmas books,
Yep.
and
Christmas
of
books.
course, die cutting books and fabulous.
Yeah. Die cutting books with Eileen from Sizik. So, we're going to be starting our fifth book with her. So that's going to be fun
Yes.
and exciting. So, hi. Is it Alan? Alan?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to say it. So pardon us if we
Yeah, if I
pronounce.
butchered it. But
Hey,
hello
Lisa.
and hi, Lisa. So, yeah, let me show you guys what we're going to be doing today. This is a really simple card. And what I did was I just turned it into a shaker just for some extra
For
fun.
fun.
Yeah, just for some fun. So the die cuts and stuff that I use is from Lawn Fawn. So I'm going to show you all of that when I get started. But yeah, isn't that just too cute?
It's so cute.
I
Now, all of
absolutely love
the
it.
majority of the cards Lisa makes will not go with one stamp.
I know, right? I know. So
But they're so fun and they're worth it.
yeah, yeah. This one actually has no stamping in it at all. Is
I know, and
is
that's hard
that
for her not to do stamping.
Oh, it is so hard for me. I'm always looking going, "Okay, I just need to add one more thing," Yeah, so this is just something fun, that I did. I love these dies from Lawn Fawn. They're just
Mhm.
adorable,
I love
and
dies. Yep.
yeah, they've got great dies. Great dies. They have some of the best interactive dies around as far as I'm concerned. And I just love, love, love interactive cards.
She
Love
does. We're doing a book for 4 years now on how.
Yeah, we've been working on it. I got 3 bins like this full of cards that I have already done. Now, if Ann would just write up the instructions for me, we would be good to go.
If Ann knew how to write the instructions.
I know, right? Yeah. I've been talking about it. Ann and I have been talking about it for some time, and I hope that I get it done before I die. That would be that would be a nice.
Well, in my mind, you do. You even sell some. So, hey,
Oh my gosh.
I'm
All
happy to
right.
edit and put the book together.
Yep. Well,
You write
yeah.
the instructions.
Yeah, because Ann's the one that puts all of our books together with all of the beautiful layouts, and oh my God, I don't know how she does it,
Hi,
but
Sandy. Hi, Brenda.
hi,
So, Alin,
girls.
I'm not sure if that's right. I know Lisa tried to say it. She said she's never tried a shaker card and she's watching from Canada.
Oh,
So this will
okay.
be fun. Shaker cards are so much fun because
And
everybody who gets it, I mean, it's just fun.
and this one is so super easy shaker because you can do a shaker card in many different ways. This one is so simple, you're not even going to believe it. So, you know, I can't wait to show you guys. So, I guess we should probably get started.
Sandy wants your book, so
I saw
get
that.
your button gear.
Get my
Write those
button here.
instructions so I can put it together.
I know. Oh my God. I know. I know. I got to get my health under control first.
I know.
Yeah.
We're very patient on this end. You know, she needs to take care of herself.
Yeah, she's more than patient, let me tell you. She's more than patient with me. So, all right. So, I think, what I didn't want to forget was that Lawn Fawn is they're sponsoring our live today and they are doing the giveaway. So, if you want to get in on that giveaway, you need to like, comment, and share my video here. And please head over to Lawn Fawn to their Facebook page, give them a like, and if you can, stop for a minute and just give them a comment in their group and just tell them, thank you for sponsoring Bella Crafts because they're really really awesome, and you know, I want to make sure that we share the love with
Oh
our
yeah,
sponsors, especially, right?
definitely. And
Yeah.
hashtag Bella Crafts when you like, comment, and share, because that's how we find it. You know,
Yes.
because sometimes there's 200 comments on a video or more,
For more. Yeah.
and we can filter it out with a program. And then for those of you that are watching on YouTube, Lisa actually grabs the comments that say hashtag Bella Crafts and puts them into that program. So everybody has a chance to win. We don't pick the winner until, well, we don't pick it at midnight, but you can go until midnight next Tuesday, Central Time.
Right.
And then we pick the winner in the morning before we go live. So we will announce last week's winner
Yep.
during Lisa's live or my live.
Got it right here.
Okay.
Got it right here. So, yeah, we're going to be announcing that. That's going to be from Dare to Be Artsy because they sponsored us last week. So,
Yep. That's a
all right.
25 gift card, I think, right?
Yes, I
Yep.
believe so. I believe so. Yes. It's been one of
Okay.
those mornings already. It was
Hi,
just, it was a
Karen.
bad night. Hi, Karen. It was a bad night and it's kind of trickling into the morning. So, no worries. Let's get started on this project so I can show you how easy it is to do. And then, Aline, you're going to be making, pardon me if I say your name right, but you're going to be making shaker cards like crazy once you see how easy this one is. All right. So, talk amongst yourselves. Hi, Jeannie. Talk amongst
Hey,
yourselves while
Jamie.
I switch cameras. And then Anne's going to put links in for all of the stuff that we were talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me
Yes,
switch my
I
cameras
will.
real
And
quick.
this is a fabulous card. So, and
It's
I'm
so
surprised that Lisa didn't use any stamping. I mean,
no
I'm so
stamping.
proud of her.
No stamping.
That's
I
more
know
like
it.
on my end where it's like, okay, but
Yeah,
because
it's weird, right?
she is the stamping queen. Oh, we're pronouncing your name right. Thank you. Hi, Tammy. Um,
All
yeah,
right.
no, when I met Lisa 20 plus years ago,
Oh God.
her business name was Stamping Queen Creations, and she is the queen of stamping. So
Uh, I try.
she does.
I try. All
Okay,
right, you guys. So this is what we are making today. Is this not so fun? And it's
so fun.
done simply with die cuts. Like Anne said, I did no stamping in it. Um, I just die cut stuff, and it was just so much fun to make. One of the things, though, that I will say that I'm not crazy about this trim that I added. I think once I got it on there and then I looked at it the next day, I was like, oh, I don't know if I really like that.
Put it up a little closer so we can see it better.
Okay. You can see this trim that's
Yeah.
around it. Well, I put that on there and I'm going to explain that a little bit in a minute of why. But I'm just saying it was just something that I thought would be perfect for it. And then after I put it on, I was like, I wish I would have used something different.
Hmm.
But it is still a absolutely beautiful card. And it is so easy to make. So we're going to get started. All right. So let me set that off to the side there. Okay. So for this project, what I used were or not images, but dies from each of these stamp sets. This one is called Thanks, 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 and it just has the word thanks 3 times in different fonts. So lots of fun with that one. This one is the main one that I use. This is called Darling Daffodils. And I absolutely loved it. I thought it was just so cute when I saw it. So this is the one that is in the majority of the card. And then this one is called Secret Garden Window. And this one is also loads of fun. You could do so many things with this window. I did not do anything extra with the window. What I did was I used some of the littler dies for the flowers on the inside, but you can bet that I'm going to be using this again on another project because I just absolutely loved it. So those are the 3 die sets from Lawn Fawn that I used. Okay, and then the rest of it is just stuff that I had. So let me get all of my little doodads out of here so I can show you how to do this. Okay, so what you're going to do first, this is a shaker top, and this is from Sizzix. I got this from Sizzix, and I absolutely loved it. It's got lots of depth in it to put lots of fun stuff in. But when I did this, I did not want to have to cut my card out. So, and I'll explain that in a minute. So that's why I'm going to show you how I did it the way I did. Okay, so Sizzix does have a die for this that will cut it out for you if you're interested in that. But I didn't want to do it that way. So what I did, I did not want to have to cut my card at all. And I'll explain that in a minute. So what you're going to do to start with is you're going to lay this down on a piece of blue cardstock and then trace around it, right? And then once you have it traced, then what you're going to do is set it aside for just a moment. And now is for all of the fun part with all of these cool little things that I stamped out. Now, these are all of from the one set, the Darling Daffodil set. And let me pull all of this cute little stuff out because you got to have all of this stuff to make this really fun card, okay? So what I did when I sat down to do this, I took some different pattern papers that I had. This is a perfect way to use your scraps. Perfect way to use your scraps. And I know you guys are all crafters, and I know that you have scraps of pattern paper around, right? So what I did for the flower is I cut it out twice in two different patterns, okay? So that's how you're going to start it. And then I used some of the other dies to just kind of fill things in. Now you can see with all of the things that I cut out, I just used, like I said, different kinds of pattern papers. I just used scraps of what I had. So I got all these tiny little scraps that I was playing with to create this card. Now, what I will say, if you are going to use pattern paper, use some that has a little bit more weight to it. This that I used, it's really thin. It's really thin. And although I'm not going to do anything but stick it in a card, trying to add these little pieces was a little challenging. So, that's just a tip from me. It can still be done. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to take some of this stuff and then we're just going to start adding. We're going to start with this flower first. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue in the center. Right like that. And then I'm going to take 3 of the petals that I used, and I'm going to put those right there on top. Okay, and this is just to create a little bit more depth. That's all it is. And just, I just liked all of the different layers. So we're going to start by just doing this, right? We're just going to add those there. And then move that over just a smidge. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to add a little bit to the center here. So I'm going to take my cool little pickup tool and add that center. And then also what I used for the flowers was a couple of these cool little, I don't even know what to call them. They're just embellishments that, you can put in your shaker cards, or you can use them like I did here to accent whatever it is that you're working on. So I'm just going to add a little bit more glue there, and then I'm going to put this one right there in the center. There we go. And then we're going to set this off to the side just for a minute to let it dry. And then this one, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the center here. There we go. And then I believe, I used one of these cool little guys. Like I said, you guys, these are tiny, tiny little pieces. So they can be a little handful to use, especially if you have fingernails. But as long as I've been doing this, I've had long fingernails, so I've just learned how to adapt. All right, so I've got this one on there. And we're going to let that one dry real quick. And then I'm going to add this one to the back side of this one. And again, I'm just building dimension on the card. Okay, so we're going to take that and then slide it right under. Just a little bit, just like that. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to set that aside because we're going to be using those in just a minute. All right, so the next thing that we're going to just glue real quick is I used one of the thanks dies from the set. And actually, this was my first idea, was to cut it out of the dotted pattern paper that I had. But then I was looking at it and I thought, nah, that's kind of hard to read. So I went ahead and I die cut it in some yellow cardstock here. And then, whoops, got a string. And then to add dimension, then what we're going to do is cut it out 2 more times on some white cardstock. And then we're going to adhere these layers together. And this just gives your words or your sentiments just a little bit more. You've got more layers, so you've got more depth, and it just makes things pop. So the 2 white ones that you're going to do for the bottom part, you're going to put those exactly on top of each other. Okay, so you're just going to glue them right on top of each other. And then for the yellow one, what you're going to do for this one, I'm going to add some glue here, but we're going to offset it just a little bit. And then that is what is going to give you the different depth of this word. And it's really, really cool. Anne does this a lot in her cards. She loves doing it. And I kind of stole the idea from her because I hadn't done this for, ages, and I had forgotten about it. But there you go. So then you've got your thanks layer. Okay. All right. So again, we're going to set that off to the side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put the shaker together. Now for me, okay, let me show you what I did here. Okay, this is going to be your base. Mine was green, but I didn't have any more of that color green, so I used this really beautiful yellow. So you're going to cut this yellow cardstock from a 12 by 12. Well, you could actually do a 8.5 by 11, but you're going to cut it 6 inches by 7, okay? And then you want to fold it on the long side. And that's what's going to give you your slimline. You don't want to flip it this way and do it. You want to do it this way. So you're going to put your fold on the long side of your paper. And then this, I just cut out just another piece of cardstock. I really like this not cardstock, pattern paper. I think it's really pretty for this. And then again, I'm just going to add it right to the bottom here of my card. And then as you can see, because this is a 6 by 6 paper that I had cut out. So I still have this little inch up here that, was open. So what I did for that was then I just took another piece of the pattern paper that I used for the other stuff. And I just I'm going to adhere this to the top. All right, we're going to put that right there. Okay, so now you're ready to add your layers to your card. But what I want you to do, I cut out 3 of these stems. Okay, so we've got 3 of the stems. Now, what I did before I glued anything down or before I put the shaker on, I kind of eyeballed where I wanted them to go. Now, that's totally up to you if you want to do this step or not. This is just for me. I just, I kind of like to know where things are going before I glue them down. So I set them down and then I put my little shaker here on top, and then that kind of gives me a little bit of a guideline of where I want my other stuff. Okay, so I'm going to move this down just a tab, and we're going to put that. I'm just going to make a little tiny mark right here, just so I know that that's where I want to put my cool little shaker on. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to peel this part off. Okay, there's your adhesive. Now, what I meant before I go any further, what I meant about not cutting this is normally for a shaker card, you have to cut it out, right, to put your shaker on top. And then you have to do an extra layer on the inside of your card to cover the back of it. Well, as I said, I didn't want to do any type of die cutting in that respect. So for this, I just took this, I peeled this off. I'm going to add a little bit of beads here. And I'll pour those in. Okay. Oh, we got a couple right there. These things are so tiny. There we go. And then I'm going to lay this piece of glue on the back. So now you have your shaker and it's all ready. So you don't have to do any cutting or anything on your card itself because you've got your shaker element right here. Now that's what I call an easy way to make a shaker card. So what we're going to do from here now is we're going to add the stems. Okay? Because you want to make sure that you put the stems down. Oh, wait, I forgot one thing. Okay, let's peel this off for a second because I forgot one thing I wanted to do. So I'm going to peel that off for just a second. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down again because I want my stems to show. Okay, and if I would have left it on, then the back part of it you wouldn't be able to see the stems like here in the card. You can do it that way, but that was just a boo-boo on my part, so we're going to do it like this. So I'm going to lay this down. I'm not going to glue it, but I'm going to lay it down. And then, so I can see where I want everything. And then I'm going to add these 3 little stems here to my blue. Okay. So I'm going to put this one in the middle. So I want it kind of up high. Now you'll notice when I'm doing this that I am not gluing this part of the stem. I don't want to do that just yet. I'll glue it down once I get my flower and stuff on there. So you're going to add 3 of these onto the back of your shaker here. There we go. I'm going to put this one right about there. And then we're going to add this one. Okay, I don't really need this for now. And then I'm just going to add this last one. Okay, and then once you have this on, then you're ready to add the backing to your shaker card. Okay, So that's what I said about this being simple, because you don't have to cut this all out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our little pieces that we have here. And then again, this is how I should have done it the first time, but I forgot. All right, so now we're going to stick it on there. There we go. And then I'm going to fold it back over, make sure that it's on there really good. And now I've got my stems on, so now I'm ready to build my card. So now what I'm going to do is take my shaker, and then I'm going to glue this part down. All right. So I want it right about there. Make sure that that's on there good. And you probably could have just left it without doing, without adding the trim around. You could just leave it this way, and I think it would be just fine. But I didn't do it that way. Of course, because I always have to add one more thing. So now what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to do that right now, I'm going to do that last. So now what I want to do is I want to start building my card. So I'm going to take my center flower here, and I'm going to put this, and I only want the glue right there in the center. I don't want it all over my leaves, okay? Because I want to be able to manipulate my leaves, fold them up and stuff a little bit, so it looks a little bit more realistic. All right, so we're going to take this one, and then you want to make sure that you're not going to put it too high to where it's going to cover up your word up here. Okay, so that's going to be good right about there. And then now I'm just going to add these other little pieces that I have die cut out. So we're going to add this one right about here. Okay, and then I have this other cute little one that I did in a polka dot pattern. And this one actually has a little slit in it right up here. I know you can't see it, but there's a little slit right there. So what I did, because I just thought it was kind of cute, was I took my stem, I pulled my stem up, and then I put that down like that, as this is my center. So I thought that was kind of fun. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on this so it will hold, but I don't want it to glue it flat. Okay, again, because you want that dimension. All right, there we go. Okay, and then now you're just going to take all of these cute little elements that I cut out, and we're just going to fill them in. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue here to the base of my flower, and then this is the reason why I only glued in the center. So then this way I can add all of these other cute little elements, these leaves and stuff here, that are just going to give it more depth and more color, because you want color. So then we're just gonna do the same thing with this one and plop it right smack in there. And if you see when you're doing this, if you see that it's too, they're too long, you don't like them that long or whatever, you can always pull them out, cut them from the bottom, and then stick them back in. So like I said, this is the easiest shaker card I think I have ever met, or ever done, I should say. Okay, so now I'm going to take my thanks, and I'm going to add this to the very top. And you don't need to glue this whole thing. You just want to add a little bit of glue to make sure that it's just going to stick on there, okay? So we're going to add that right there on top. There we go. Okay, and then up here, I put 2 tiny little flowers. So I'm going to add one there and one here. Right, so I'm going to add those right there. Where's my other one? There we go. And we're going to add that one. And you can see as I'm doing it how it's just coming along, right? So just really, really fun and simple. So from here then, I have some greenery that I cut out. And I cut out a couple of them. And then I'm going to just kind of tuck these in, you know, wherever, whatever I think looks pretty. So again, these are really, really small, so you don't want to soak them with glue. Just take them and just kind of tuck them in there. And then we're going to do the same thing with this top one here. Just going to put a little bit of glue on the end. And then we're going to tuck that baby in. Right about there. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I also had some extra pieces too that I had cut out. So I'm going to add this one over here on this side. Oops, dropped it. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of glue here. All right, and I'm going to tuck this right down under this flower here. Okay, just like that. Now it wants to stick to me. Oh, I love it. All right. We're going to attach it to the back of the flower here if I can get it unstuck from my finger. Okay. So we just add that little one there. And then you can do, if you want to add more, you can add more. Doesn't matter. And then once once things are dry, then what I did was I just kind of fluffed up just like this. Just kind of fluffed up the petals of my flower. And that, of course, is going to give it more dimension. And then what you would do from here then, and I want to know you guys' opinion. Would you rather just leave it just like this? Or what do you think? I just wasn't, I thought this trim was perfect for it before I, once I got it on, and then I kept looking at it, and the more I looked at it, I didn't really care for it. So if I were going to add it around, I would probably put something else on besides this. But what you're going to do is take your trim here and wrap it all the way around and adhere it down. I'm not going to do that here, but you take a glue gun. This is where you would use your nifty glue gun. Okay. And then you would just glue it all the way around the edge here. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it needs the trim.
Yeah, the more I'm looking at it now, I agree. I think it looks fine without the trim. But what I was saying, with this is if I wanted to do it in the old, in the way of how shakers usually are, what I would have done is this part here would have been cut out, and then I would have fed.
It would have been hidden.
Yeah, this part right here all would have been hidden.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to do any cutting. So there it is. But see how simple that is? And then this is the finished one.
Yep.
Just, really simple to do, but super, super cute.
So cute.
Yeah. I just love this die set. Well, all three of the die sets, actually. The daffodil ones, I think, is just super, super cute. But yeah, so that's how you would finish it. Of course, I added a little bit more, confetti or beads, whatever, in here, in my finished one. So that would be totally up to you. I did it to the bottom parts of my stems, so my stems didn't show at the very bottom. And it just reminded me this reminded me, I'll tell you a story. My mom had done a really pretty flower arrangement for me one year. And when she did it, she added some beautiful blue stones on the bottom. You remember how we used to do that, Anne?
Yep.
Where we would add the stones. I think they still do.
Yep.
She added the stones at the very, very bottom of the centerpiece that she created. And I just fell in love with that once she showed me. This was many, many years ago. And that's what this reminds me of. If I would have used a different confetti, it wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have been the same. This just reminded me of the petals. I mean, not the petals, the pebbles that she used in that centerpiece. So, like I said, you guys, just a really quick, easy card. And everybody loves a shaker. Becca, I know that you are crazy about them. And I will say that if you do want to mail this, you're going to need a padded envelope. Okay. How you're going to get it to your recipient. You want to put it
Yes.
in a padded envelope, because this plastic right here is not going to go in a flat one. Okay. So I will see if you guys have any questions, but for now, let me get all this mess out of the way, and I'm going to switch my cameras
So
over
those
again.
might be the kind of cards you hand deliver.
Oh, yeah, that would even be better, right?
Yeah, I mean, and you could put whatever saying. I mean, I could see it'd be beautiful for somebody who was in the hospital and not feeling well. Rebecca said she's never mailed a shaker card. Always get them by hand. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I have mailed some shaker cards.
I have, yeah.
And yeah, I just put them in bubble wrap inside an envelope, and it's all good.
Yep. And that's just the best way to do it. And it's just they mail easily that way. And then you want to put like fragile or something on the front of it, or ask the postmaster or whoever you're talking to in your post office, ask them to hand stamp it. So then that way it's not going to go through a machine and get all smooshed. Because these are there is some depth to these.
Yeah, they're very cool.
Yeah, this is probably, I've got to say, 1/4 inch deep. So,
I love the stones you put in that one. Or,
how many did I put in my finished one?
No, I said I love what you put in that first one.
Oh,
all the colors and everything.
Colors,
yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to do that on this one, but then I thought, what if I want to use it for another project? Then I'm going to have to sit and separate. So I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to give you guys the idea so you would know, because I am going to use those again.
She has taken up my bad habit.
I have. I really have. I never did that before, but now that my mom is not with us, I don't have any place where I can give all of my finished product or projects to. So,
So sometimes we take them apart.
So yeah, sometimes we take them apart and reuse, and yeah, I don't usually
canvas. My canvases are really thick.
Oh yeah, but I only do that if it's not an interactive card. If it's an interactive card, I won't tear it apart, because
it's a lot of work. I usually don't take my cards apart, but projects I have.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
have too. Yes, you created a monster there. Although Rich thanks you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
Well,
not
oh,
bringing
you
him
needed some
along.
blue twine? You had blue twine on this project.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the oh, that, see, I left that part out. I did. Lawn Fawn always
They
dresses up
do.
their packages, right? And they always have this really cool, this is their colors, the blue and green twine. They always wrap their products in these. So what I did, and I forgot to do it on this, but on my finished one, I added my little twine bow right there
Yep.
on the top. So yeah, super cute. That just kind of adds just a little bit more.
Well, it's like I said in the comment, it's all those teeny tiny details that
Yeah,
really take a card from a card to an amazing card or a project. You
right.
know, I mean, it is.
Yeah, and with me, you know me, I'm really into the detail part of things. I mean, although I will say that this gave me a little bit of run from my money. I know it went together well today, which I am thankful for. Um, but putting those tiny pieces in there was a little bit harder than, what I wanted it to be, is all I'm saying. If it would have been in a little thicker papers, then they probably would have gone in really easy. But I wanted to use my scraps. I have tons of scraps
Yep,
and I wanted to use them up. This is a perfect way.
that
Don't
is.
cut up your big 12 by 12 pattern paper, just use your scraps and no stamps, no inks, nothing. Die cuts, lawn
Pretty
fawn die.
amazing.
Shocking. I knew you would be shocked that I did that. But yeah, I think I like it without having the little trim around it. So,
Oh, I like, oh yeah, the trim, but
yeah,
yeah, it definitely needs the bow around the neck.
yes,
Yep.
yes, that is a definite because that finishes it off. So, yes, 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 you are right about that. And really, they're so fun to make and just really simple. And they're making shaker cards a lot easier nowadays. Because
Yep.
when I was making shaker cards many years ago and taught on them, we used foam core board where, you had to cut the center or, cut it out. And it was a lot of work. And now these companies are coming out with these great, domes in
Mm-hmm.
different shapes, different
All
sizes.
bone shapes. Yep.
Yeah. So you can use them, for a lot of different things.
And
So
I love the mason jar. I
I
mean,
just
oh, I love mason jars.
I know, I do too. I do too, and that's why I got that because
Here, put your card up. Dorothy just came in. She'd like to see it.
oh, yes, Dorothy. Alright, so this is what we did today.
Isn't that cute? It's so cute.
It's really simple, and Dorothy, I did not cut the shaker card element. I did not cut it out of the card. You know how you do when you want I added some sticky tape. You know how when you add a dome, you have to cut that shape out on the inside of your card? Didn't do any of that. This is all loose.
Yeah,
Okay. And
it's
then
so cool.
I glued it on there. When I was looking at this last night, I wasn't feeling really good and I was getting kind of irritated. And I thought, I'm gonna
You
rip,
irritated? Oh
yeah.
no.
And I thought I'm gonna rip this trim off because I don't like it. And then I thought, my luck, I would rip it off to try to put something new on, and it would end up tearing the whole card. And
Yeah. No, not worth
yeah,
it.
nope. So that's why I said, you decide. It's
Yeah,
still a super cute card though. Oh my gosh.
it is. It's super cute.
It's so easy. Oh, you guys are gonna have a good time with these dies. I'm telling you. Super easy. So that is it for me today. And I
Well,
made it through without losing my voice, which
oh
is
sorry.
yeah. And Dorothy, I showed it when we switched cameras. When I put my project camera on, I did hold it up to the camera a little bit so you could see the details a little better. Okay.
Well, she says it's even prettier up close.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Good.
just seeing
So
it that way, I think helped. So we will be back at 2 o'clock Central Time. So in about a little over an hour.
a little over an
And
hour.
my lawn fawn stuff did not get to me until yesterday. Yesterday? No, Monday. But I work Tuesdays for the
Yeah.
city. And Monday night we had a city council meeting. So I am doing something different and fun. I am doing some, okay, can you see that? Okay, so that's the inside of a dollar store bowl,
Oh,
and
yes,
this
you
is the
did.
outside. So
Oh,
I'm
that
going
came
to
out.
show you how to create this. I
That is
love it.
gorgeous.
I love it so much. I had my husband works, like, we live in a teeny tiny town,
Yeah.
and he drives 25 miles to work. So I sent him a message saying, "Hey, here's a picture. Could you go to the dollar store and pick me up another set?" Because the bowls come in a 4-pack.
That is too funny.
But
The
yeah,
things we put our husbands through.
I know. And I said, "You walk in, it's on the left side, all the way against the wall. There's the paper plates and the plasticware." And
Yeah.
then he calls me afterwards. He said, I was in that dollar store and there was nothing there. He
Yeah.
said, but see, there's a little, okay, so it's against that wall, but
Oh,
then there's a little tiny wall that juts out and you
yeah.
keep going down that wall. That's where it was.
Like an alcove or
It's just, yeah, it's just a little jet so it was still that wall, but up a little bit, but he found them.
yeah.
So
The
I'm going to
one
show you
way
how to create these. And I thought we do Easter at my oldest daughter's house every year. And I thought these would be fun. Just
yes.
put like the nuts and candy in and so
Yeah. She showed me the bowls before. She showed me last week and I was like, that is gonna be stunning. I can't wait to see that.
yes, I
So
was preparing in case my lawn fund didn't come.
didn't come in. Yeah. Well, because
Hers came in
we
on Friday, I think.
yeah,
Saturday, Friday. Yeah. And yeah, I
right.
didn't get mine
Yeah.
until Monday. So, and I can do quick turnarounds, but
Not when you've got work on top of it.
yeah, so
So yeah. So yeah, so come back at
in an
2
hour.
PM. Yeah, in an hour for ants. We're both gonna be back here. I'm gonna be quiet. And Karen, I think you asked less raspier. That's because I wasn't talking I didn't talk a lot this weekend and the beginning of the week because I wasn't feeling good. So if I don't talk a whole lot, then we're good to go. But we'll get it fixed eventually. So you
I
guys
think
make sure
this
you
is just her life right now
it
because
is.
it's been over a year and a half.
It's just well, just give me
So you
something
have
to
that
cry.
raspy, sexy voice of an older woman.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
get that
right. Oh, no, it does not sound like that at all.
done. I know.
My husband tells me the other night, "Okay, stop. Don't talk to me until I'm looking at you because I can't hear you and I don't understand what you're saying to me." So I was like, "All right, well, this is what I was trying to say." And he's like, "See how easy that was?" Shut
And then you don't
up.
have to talk as much.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know,
I told him we're gonna do sign language here pretty soon. So, all right, you guys, enough of the silliness. But make sure you come back and join us. It's gonna be a good time. Anne's gonna show you that fabulous project. And I hope you enjoyed what I did today. Make sure
yep.
that you give Lawn Fawn some love because we absolutely love them. And then we'll announce the winner. Do you want to do it at yours?
Yeah,
Or do you
we'll
want to
do it at mine.
Okay, so we're going to announce the winner from last week, which was Dare to be Artsy, after Anne's live. So make sure that you stay tuned for that because you never know who's going to win. Well, I know, but nobody else is going to know. So, and also before we go, always, we say it always, make sure you take a little time to craft.
Because it's good for your soul. Always.
Yep.
Okay. We'll see you in an hour, everyone.